Hello ladies and gentlemen, Steven here from Redolescence and welcome back to another fragrance review. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And in this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at my favorite Floris fragrance. And this one is a 2014 release and it goes by the name Honey Oud. Now before I get into the review, I do want to disclose this bottle was sent to me for review, but I'm still going to give it my honest review. So thank you so much for tuning into my channel and thank you so much for supporting my content and what I do. Now this 2014 release, the perfumers who work on Floris fragrances are Edward Bodenham, Shalag Foyle, and Penny Ellis. And this particular fragrance is part of a duo of fragrances. So they released one called Honey Oud. They released another one called Leather Oud, not to be confused with Dior's Leather Oud, not to be confused with Montal's Leather Oud. I've actually had the opportunity to smell a bunch of fragrances from the House of Floris. I got to pick my favorite one, and this is my favorite one. The thing that I like about this one is that for a fragrance with a note of honey in it, it's done so differently that I think it warrants at least a sample. You ought to go out there and give it a try in the very least. Now, this particular fragrance, it was made exclusive for Harrods. And I think it's such an incredible fragrance with this oud oil note that is the most exclusive in that perfumer's palette, but also the most expensive in that perfumer's palette. So if you do look at its counterpart, Leather Oud, it utilizes the same oud oil note, but I would go ahead and say right off the bat, it's very well disguised. Now it is classified as an Oriental Woody for obvious reasons, but let's start things off by taking a look at the presentation. Here on the box, you have this cover that goes on at the top like that. It has a little thread at the top that you could pull it from. A little history on the brand in the back. You can pause it there if you want to read that. And here is the box itself. It opens up, has a little podium, has a little informational pamphlet on the inside, silhouette at the base of the bottle. I mean, really gorgeous presentation. Some more information on the bottom, the ingredients and whatnot, and some more information on the back of the box here, almost in like this gold holofoil print. The bottle here, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. It's gold, it's holographic, it's lustrous. You have the Floris insignia here on the cap. Nothing going on at the back. You have a sticker at the bottom, made in England, so on and so forth. Cap does not click into place, but it's a snug fit. And it's a quick spurt, and the distribution is okay on this one. And that was the presentation for Honey Oud by Floris. Now, the first thing you'll get when you spray this on skin is the note of honey. And honey is a note that I love in fragrances. Eau du Sorel by Naomi Goodsir. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that somehow. There's also Back to Black by Killian. I love the note of honey. In this one, I said it's done differently. And it's done differently because this is a powdery honey. Now, there are some fragrances out there that I love that I would consider powdery. You have La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. You have Burberry Brit. I mean, quite a wide number, 1725 Casanova by Histoire de Parfum. A lot of powdery fragrances out there. What I think these powdery fragrances do is they add this almost sort of gentlemanly aura to the fragrance. And this one communicates that exceptionally well. But the honey adds this sort of distinguished characteristic to the scent. Now it has oud in there, which makes it a little mysterious in the dry down. But it's very well disguised. It doesn't smell like a barnyard oud. It doesn't smell fecal. It doesn't smell animalistic. As a matter of fact, if it weren't called Honey Oud, I would not have guessed that there is oud in this. I pick up on resins. I pick up on an amber accord. Could be vanilla, could be labdanum, could be benzoin, could be galbanum, could be myrrh, could be any number of resins in there. It doesn't smell smoky. It doesn't smell incensey. This is a scent that I would imagine putting on, also because there's a little bit of cinnamon in here, which adds that sweetness to it. I imagine wearing my best suit and wearing this particular fragrance and just walking through the room, shoulders back, chest out, walking with conviction, walking with a purpose. This is the fragrance that I'm going to wear when I'm doing that. I might also wear Green Irish Tweed. I might also wear 1725 because I love that scent. But this is the epitome. This fragrance is exemplary of a gentleman's scent. It's a wonderful, wonderful fragrance. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I wish I had included this in a collaboration that I did with my very good friend Max Forti. So Max Forti, if you're watching this video, I appreciate everything you do for the community. He actually made a fragrance in which I had to give my top 3 favorite gentleman scents. And I mentioned some, like I think Vetiver by Guerlain, which I still wear to this day. I have 2 bottles of it. But this one of the most sophisticated and distinguished fragrances that I have in my collection. Let's go ahead and finish things off with the rating. First up, I took a look at the uniqueness and the overall smell, and I'm going to say it again, this is a unique scent. It has honey, it has oud. It doesn't smell like Montal's honey oud, which I also love, but that one is a little bolder. This one is smoother, it's powdery, and it's refined. Whereas the Montal is a little more aggressive, a little more in-your-face, bold, charismatic, eccentric. This one is a little tamed, reserved. I know what I'm doing, I have a purpose, and I'm minding my own business, but I know you can smell me, and I smell damn good. So I love this fragrance. I must also provide a caution that this is not a safe blind buy. And the reason I say that is because there is a powdery quality about it that you might not necessarily like. And listen, this is a classic house. It's been around since 1730. I believe, like Creed, they've made fragrances for royalty. I mean, 280 years they've been around. So they make a lot of fine, gentlemanly scents, and this is another one to add to the list. Performance on this, 10 hours, 10 plus hours. It does not leave your skin until you shower. Projection, you're going to get noticed with 2 sprays. It's going to develop this cloud around you that's going to completely enclose and suffuse you, and people are going to notice it. So please be light on the trigger, even if you are working with a sample. Versatility on this one, I would wear it in the cold weather. I wouldn't wear it in the dead of summer. I think it's going to get really powdery. The sweetness and the resins and all of that other stuff is just going to jump up off the skin. It might be cloying for some people. And last up, we have presentation. I already told you guys what I think about that. If I were to give this fragrance an overall score, I would honestly have to give it like a 4.5 out of 5. If I'm rounding off, it's going to be a 5 out of 5. The reason why is because I love this scent. I love the way that I feel when I wear it. I walk with conviction. I have a confident aura about me. However, my only point of contention is that it is a little bit powdery, so if you're not a fan of powdery fragrances, you can jump over this one or skip over it. But if you like powdery fragrances, you at least owe it to yourself to get yourself a sample of it. You have nothing to lose except for a couple dollars. So there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That was my review of Honey Oud by Floris. If you, owner, have tried this scent or any other scent by the company Floris, please let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Also, please don't forget to rate and subscribe for future videos, top 10s, giveaways, unboxings, and a lot of other fragrance related content. So remember, I smell well so you can smell good, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Thank you.